Freedom and beauty to everyone. I am the Technomage, and welcome to my review of Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender, Episode 2, Warriors. Now, first of all, this is my favorite episode of the entire series, like hands down. And one of the things that I really like about this episode was the chemistry between Suki and Soka. In the original series, Soka was actually, the beginning of the relationship between Soka and Suki was accidental, to say the least. They didn't have any chemistry at all. They tried to do it, and in the end, Suki gives Soka a kiss. But in this series, we have this slow burning, slow cooking chemistry and budding romance between them, this honestly sexual tension that goes on. First we have this, then they practice together.
Deadly tiger. That was pretty good. Oh.
And then they practice together again, and this is my favorite part of this episode, because in the original series, Soka makes fun of the Kyoshi warriors, but here he actually trains with them, and we see this, how he begins to appreciate and respect the Kyoshi warriors' teachings, because he actually learns them. He actually practiced with Suki, the captain of the Kyoshi warriors, and she also begins to develop some respect for him, because she sees that he's a warrior, that he trains hard, that both of them are actually quite similar, because she is the protector of her village, and Soka was also the protector of his village.
Not like you.
And well, in this series, as I said, the chemistry between both of them was perfect. Even here in the original series, Soka didn't fight the Fire Nation soldiers that attacked the Kyoshi Island village. Here, he fights side by side with Suki as an equal, and they both have perfect coordination between them. And then we have this moment where he actually uses what he learned about the Kyoshi warriors' fighting techniques to actually protect Suki. As I said, the chemistry between both of them, perfect. They showed us, and they didn't tell us there wasn't that much dialogue between them, and whatever dialogue there was actually quite awkward between them. They're just two teenagers that are getting attracted to each other. Well, again, the problem the series has throughout the series of telling and not showing, they did it right in this episode. But now, the other things I didn't like. We see Katara that starts... there was right there. Katara is starting to train in waterbending thanks to a waterbending technique scroll that her grandmother hid on her luggage, which on the original series she steals from some pirates, but that's another story. But here's the problem. In the original series, Katara and Aang begin to learn waterbending together. Here in the Netflix series, they don't. As a matter of fact, Aang, I think he does no waterbending in the entire series at all. As a matter of fact, she doesn't even teach Aang. Aang doesn't practice waterbending, and Katara doesn't teach him some even the most basic techniques of waterbending, nothing. And Aang is supposed to learn waterbending because he's the Avatar, and he has to learn quickly because the world is in shambles and he's just a kid and he has to step up now. And another complaint I have about this episode is Avatar Kyoshi. So Aang has this connection with Kyoshi with Avatar Kyoshi, where because he needs advice about what he has to do as the Avatar, because the world, as I said, is in shambles thanks to the Fire Nation. And I did not like this. Look, in the original series, the first Avatar that Aang connects with is Avatar Roku. And Roku tells him about the big one or two things about the beginning of the war, Aang's mission as the Avatar, or what he has to do. But here in the Netflix series, the first Avatar Aang connects with is Kyoshi. And this exchange between the two was awful, because Kyoshi was extremely mean with Aang.
Again, and even more will be hurt. Being the Avatar means putting your duties above all else.
She berates him, she belittles him.
I saw what was at stake.
She tells him that he has to be ruthless, that he has to be a warrior, that he has to put everything aside for his mission as the Avatar. And honestly, she doesn't give him, she didn't give him any kind of actually good advice. Nothing. She just berates and jeers at him. And then he takes control of his body and he attacks. She's the one that manifests to defend Aang and his friends, whereas in the original series it was Avatar Roku who manifested in the real world. And yes, again we have excellent choreography, excellent effects, and all of that. I have no complaints about that department.
I brought this here, which is why.
But again, in the only reason I can think of why they show Kyoshi first and not Roku, it's because Kyoshi is a female Avatar. It's the only explanation I can find, because in the original series, Aang didn't even connect with Avatar Kyoshi. I mean, not until much later in an episode when they find a village in the Earth Kingdom that hates the Avatars. And again, as I said, exposition. She just talks to him about the mission of the Avatar, what it means to be the Avatar. But she just talks. She doesn't show. And this scene is long. And then we have the exposition with General Shao when Zuko and his uncle go to him for help to find whatever rumors they can find about the Avatar. And we have a lot of talking here with the council of the Kyoshi village, and then talking between Avatar, between Aang and Katara. And I mean, seriously, so much exposition that could have been abridged with a few lines of dialogue and emoting, just showing. But no, they tell. And honestly, that extends the duration of each episode. Each episode should have been about half an hour, just like the original series. But no, they make it almost an hour long each episode, and they waste so much time. And at the end, they reveal Fire Lord Osai, played by Daniel Day-Kim.
The Avatar has returned.
And this is a problem, because in the original series, Fire Lord Ozai was kept hidden till the last episode of the series, when Aang finally confronts him. Throughout the first 3 books, throughout the 3 seasons of the original series, Ozai was this menacing figure kept in the dark, literally in the dark, because he was always hidden by shadows, pulling the strings, manipulating all the events to conquer the world and finally get rid of the Avatar. In the series, they practically show Ozai in every episode from now on. And the Fire Lord just gets watered down. And I'm going to get more about that in the next episode. So this is my review for episode 2 of Avatar, The Last Airbender. This is the Technomage signing off. Thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.